Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the new developments in the situation involving Supreme Court Justice Thomas and Republican mega donor Harlan Crow, because there have definitely been some developments, pun intended. And I guess another way to say it would be that, the plot has thickened through real estate plots. All right. In 2014, a company owned by Crow engaged in some real estate transactions, bought up some real estate in Savannah. The properties were owned by Thomas. Thomas did not disclose these transactions that year. Now, that is an issue in and of itself. Crow basically says the reason that he wanted them was to preserve them so that later they could be used to illustrate the life of a great American, a Supreme Court justice. After the purchases, one of the houses, which was Thomas's mother's house, where he grew up as a child, there were a bunch of improvements made to it, according to the reporting. And here's where it really goes sideways. According to the reporting, Thomas's mother still lives there, even though Crow has purchased the property in 2014. That's concerning. That's something that certainly will move this situation forward. It's no longer something that there is political cover for. The connections are becoming a little bit more frequent and a little bit more outside of what can be explained or waved away. This kind of falls in line with the use of the jet. These are things that are going to be really more of the focus than the vacations, even though the vacations are the part that everybody's going to be talking about because of the luxury aspect of them. It is worth noting that certain representatives have already started looking at impeachment as a real possibility now. There are still people in Congress who are talking about reform and, legislating a code of ethics and stuff like that. You do have some who have already moved beyond that and are more interested in removing Thomas. It is worth noting that this information, again, came from an investigation by ProPublica. Just one more reason to remind everybody, if you're not following them, you really should. They really are great, old-fashioned, going through all the paperwork journalists. And there's a lot of interesting reporting that comes out of there that doesn't always make headlines, but provides a lot of background and context. So, where are we at on this by the time it's all said and done? The vacations, honestly, they would have been waved away. I don't think that would have gone anywhere by itself. The private jet might have caught some attention. Now you're talking about a very long-term relationship of some kind that has yet to really be explained. If the reporting is accurate and this property was purchased in 2014 and Thomas's mother is still living there, that's an ongoing relationship, and people are going to want to know about it. Not just the public, but I think this might be something that actually raises eyebrows in Congress. And I would imagine that the Chief Justice is probably pretty concerned about this too, especially if this wasn't disclosed when the initial round of information came out, because I would imagine that once the first story broke, the Chief Justice is like, what's going on? And there was probably some explanation. If this comes up and this part of this transaction and this part of this information was not included in the explanation to the Chief Justice, that might be something that prompts further action. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.